does it very well to Mark Jones.
Mark Jones uses it in his goatee. He uses the shampoo in his goatee.
He uses that super gel to toughen it up. Jones, earrings ahoy. He's got 3 of them in tonight. 2 left, 1 right. Paul Mitchell won game 1. They can win the championship if they win here game 2. Chris Marlowe, Paul Sunderland, and the put away right there. Timmins and company are going to have to rev it up because Paul Mitchell looks great right now.
Well, and I think right now they just want it a little bit more. Stetson, Mark Jones, Steve Salmons, Alan Knipe, really, really playing well.
Combination play, Dodd, dud. Stvertlik will set. High, no one there. Tanner comes in, gets it, and a put away. Great set by Dvorak to Steve Timmins.
And a surprising dig by Brian Lewis. Wasn't sure where that ball was going to go to, and Stvertlik just set the ball high middle, hoping somebody would come take a swing. You know, Toyota has blocked the ball extremely well throughout the course of this competition, and that's what they need to start focusing on right now. In the closet, it was a bad set, but you can't just take a tough swing. You're going to get stuffed against Timmins. Big, strong block on the left side. You cannot hit the ball low to the block.
They'll set it to Jones. Big spiking attempt here. Fenoy with a dig. Dvorak, dish, left side. Timmins, got it.
Who's leading the way right at the beginning of game 2 in a must-win situation? Steve Timmins off the good dig by Eric Fenoy Moana.
3-1. Toyota jump starts outward. Lewis serving. Well, he's serving pretty hard. That one out of bounds costs him a point.
I think it's not a bad idea if you could score a couple.
You like the point for play, though, don't you?
I like it overall.
Okay.
I wish that volleyball worldwide would go to it. It'd speed up the game, make a point scored on every play. I think long side-out streaks are boring. You want to see the scoreboard move.
How about on the beach?
Move quickly.
Would you have it on the beach?
No, you don't need it on the beach because it's all played 1 game to 15. Time's not of a concern.
Okay.
But indoors, where it's 3 out of 5 competition or 2 out of 3 competition, as it is here tonight, I'd like to see a point scored on every play right on through the competition.
Basically, what?
I just think it's more exciting.
And you want to get your check a little faster, right? Just grab the check and get home.
Has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, to Modon and Little Natashki.
Right.
Flying Knipe out and looking good.
Here's my key guy. Holding his own, hitting and blocking.
Knipe with 5 kills. Timmins hanging. Stetson digs in for the 3rd time. Stvertlik for the put away. Whoa, Hoffman, great dig. Fenoy. Dvorak, he's rejected. Oh, well, that had to be a lift, didn't it? It rolled up Dvorak's arm like the Blob did to that doctor in that movie back in the 50s. Little sticky there. Nice play by Fenoy.
Yeah, Fenoy getting the ball in good location. Timmins wanted to hit the ball, but Dusty was committed to it. That's a low set.
Fenoy, Dodd with the spear. Comes Fenoy again. Paul Mitchell. Stvertlik whacks it home. Bob Stvertlik, he came in leading the league with 36 kills, and he's got 8 so far.
Just doesn't make mistakes. This ball set 7 or 8 feet off the net, finding the court or finding hands. Tough serve, ace down the line.
So Paul Mitchell laying it on thick right now. 6-4 and a 1-game-to-none lead. Early timeout taken by Toyota. We'll come back.
Paul Mitchell, and that means stopping Bob Stvertlik.
Jones blocked it. It came straight up. They whip it over to Fenoy again. Oh, what a dig, but it's out of bounds. Wow. That was a pretty good dig by Bill Stetson. He got those hands. Those are magic hands, Paul. They're soft gloves.
Valuable.
Yeah. Once again, Bill Stetson, #1 in black, an orthopedic surgeon. I think that's right, is he not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Double quick there, Hop.
And a very talented one. If you want to be cut up, go to Bill. and
look at the lines forming over there. if you want to be cut up.
Mark Jones with a tap down. I'm just kidding, by the way. That's a joke.
Jonesy hasn't had many opportunities. It's been a quiet evening. At least in that confrontation.
And still his team on the prowl, leading 8-5. Jones has been quiet vocally also. Dvorak jamming again, and that's just a lack of communication, maybe from the bench and Gary Sato. You have to know that Dvorak's up into the front line and keep track of that. And say, remember we used to play in the national team. Let's watch the dump, watch the dump, watch the dump, and then the guy.
Yeah, watch it. It's right there at your feet.
Dvorak with the serve. 8-6. Could be a point for Toyota right here. Back set, Lewis. Ooh. And Lewis rockets one through the block.
I'll tell you, I think what's going to decide who wins this match right now is a contest between the outside hitters, Stverlik and Tanner for Paul Mitchell, and can Brian Lewis and Erik Fonoimoana score from the outside as Brian Lewis just did. Whoever has the most success in that area is going to win this match and the championship this year.
Good shot. Toyota was into the net. Stverlik with his 9th kill. And Stverlik, one of the notorious sweaters in the history of volleyball. To take 8 or 10 shirts to the Olympics for each match. And Lewis coming around the horn. Good shot.
Should remind people that Brian Lewis hadn't played indoors since 1988. Until the first night of Team Cup this year, his first appearance in Team Cup throughout the course of its existence. And, you know, a lot of questions. Would Lewis be able to, you know, move from the beach indoors? He's done very well.
He's one of the better beach players to ever play indoors, I think. I mean, he's a good indoor player. Oh, and he rockets when it's out. It just missed. So Paul Mitchell, once again, point per play scoring.
Boy, just riveting the ball cross court. A big miss in game 1 by Erik Fonoimoana, and then another right here by Brian Lewis. Same situation.
Stverlik, a very, very tough float serve. Lewis has been hot, but that one goes out of bounds. So a couple of hitting errors in a row, and maybe Dvorak going to him a little too much.
Well, not much choice. There's no back row attacking here because it's not the 3-meter or 10-foot line. It's the 4-meter or 12-foot line. Virtually eliminates any back row hitting. And now the contest between the outside hitters, Fonoimoana and Lewis against Stverlik and Tanner.
That pass, big trouble here. Good set. Here comes the duck. He got it up. Hovland coming late and getting it. Now the question was Hovland. Stverlik is watching Hovland to see if he's in the back row or the front row.
The Hov is good. The 2 hitters in that rotation.
Okay, he was in the front row. His first kill tonight. Our stat man Mike Sondheimer giving us the cherished information. And Javi with the jump lollipop. Dvorak. Lewis. Another hitting error. Another point out of bounds.
One of the quirky, the most unique serves I have ever seen from Jim Hovland.
Hokey. Stetson with the serve. Paul Mitchell by 3. Game 2. Paul Mitchell wins this one. $7,000 a man. And let's go back to that Tim Hovland serve. You know, on the beach, I don't know what we'd call this ball. The jump lollipop.
Well, look at this. He sets it to himself, takes a step.
No wonder it was a bad serve. He set it to himself. Probably the worst hands in the history of volleyball right there. In terms of setting the ball. He's got nice blocking hands, hit straight. But some lobster paws when it comes to setting. Jones is, and Hovland, yes. He got him, Hovland. Wow. And he just screamed in the face of Jones.
Jonesy getting his first big chance to take on the Hov, and he gets it.
He said, I can't set a lick, but I can block. Cy and Sunday.
Yeah, like Timmons said, we're not going to pay any attention to him. You know, he's not going to.
Nice play. Pancake. Timmons. So Timmons should have taken a whack at it.
He had no approach.
Stverlik whip it over right side, and Tanner way out of bounds. Great play by Erik Fonoimoana out of the back line. Fonoia come a running. Oh, it's Lewis. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's Louis. Louis stretched out completely on the pancake. It's starting to happen with the blocking when they got Mark Jones. We'll see if they can follow it up. Another bad pass.
Knight. Louis there again. Timmons out of bounds. Wow, that was a big play.
Boy, we're missing Eric Sato, but Brian Lewis is not a bad stand-in. For someone who hasn't played indoors, the ball changing trajectory, changing location off the block. Really a different game offensively and defensively.
Dvorak to Timmons, and Timmons just eating up the block right now. He's got all kinds of little trick shots when he gets tight. Paul Mitchell and Team Toyota.
Well, look, there are blockers all over the place. They went with Dvorak, and Timmons just finds a way again to paintbrush the ball through.
Jones gets stuffed by Hovland again.
Yeah.
Jones is having a tough time.
Yeah, he's not going to be a factor right now. That's about the least aggressive swing Mark Jones has ever taken, and Hovland still got it.
If Jones puts one down now, you're going to see the roar of a lion. Nice play. Oh, there's a dig again. That was Brian Lewis.
Hittable ball.
On the line, Timmons.
Turning it on with the good defense. Fennoy, Moana, and Lewis have struggled offensively, but defensively have been superb. Timmons just finding the back line.
Toyota by 3. And the ball out of bounds. This is what I meant about Mark Jones not being into it. When you go to him and he's not in rhythm, your team's in trouble right now.
Well, and he's the kind of player I think that you need to set regularly. You need to keep getting him the ball, and if you try to work him in slowly, that's not his meat. You got to get him the ball all the time.
Jones with 3 kills, 5 hitting errors. Nice play by Timmons. He got it over. Trouble. Stverlik. Dink. Hovland is there. Good play by the Hov.
Big swing.
Fennoy. Blocked.
Got to go to him again.
Fennoy. Blocked off his head. It's still in play. It's okay in King Cup. Stverlik. Not yet. Back over. Best rally of the year. Jones. See ya!
Timmons making the great save here. A lot of players would have given up on it. And now the fun begins. Timmons against Stverlik. The rally goes on and on. Nice play there.
Timmons wanted the ball, too. I think that's what he was bad at. He didn't get the ball.
Absolutely. And I think Dvorak forgot that Timmons was in the front row. He would have invariably set Steve Timmons rather than having to feed Fennoy Moana on the left side.
Back set Fennoy. Dug up. Paul Mitchell can get another point here. Whipping to Stverlik. And he puts it away. So Toyota was rumbling for a second, but now Paul Mitchell regains the lead.
That's a key juncture in the match. Excuse me, Chris. A big momentum change. Toyota was rolling. Timmons was into the match. Hovland had blocked a couple of balls.
That ball out of bounds. And now, Team Toyota will have it. 7 teams have won in Team Cup volleyball. The first in 1986 featured Karch Kiraly. That was the only year that Steve Timmons did not win. That 1986 Hollywood Stars team, Kiraly, Dave Saunders, Steve Obradovich, Jeff Stork, Laurel Kessel, and Lindy Beeps. Yes, that was when women were playing in the league.
I played the first year. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I said women were playing in the league. And you were playing. And you played well. I give it to you.
Well, thank you. That means so much to me, Chris.
You were head and shoulders above a number of players in the league. Wish I could have played in the league. Didn't get drafted. Dvorak. And the put away. Good shot by Eric Fennoy Moana. 17 all. Good game 2. Wow, that was a great rally before.
Everybody working hard to play defense. We're still quite a ways away from the freeze point. Teams trying to eke out a lead. Again, point per serve scoring until one team reaches 27, and then we'll be frozen. Have to serve to score from that point on.
Nice shot.
That ball's got to come up. Fennoy Moana is playing too deep. You've got to be right up on what would be the 3-meter line, which means you're inside the 4-meter line in Team Cup. You make that play easily. You might get a facial every once in a while, but you got to be up there for all the slop.
Paul Mitchell by 1, 18-17. Dvorak hands it to Hovland, and Hovland has played great. Hovland loves to celebrate. He is at his best in big matches.
This is a phenomenal set by Dvorak. Look at that. That ball's all the way over, and Hov cannot follow through. He'll net if he does. Just a nice little tap down quick over the block.
One of the great quick hitters in American history. Hovland. Stetson tries to dunk. Dodd was there. Whip it to Stverlik. What a dig by Dodd. He'll hit. Can't get it up yet. Dvorak, Dodd, not yet. Tanner was there. Stvertlik coming.
Good free ball pass.
Hovland chopping, chasing Stvertlik. Can't. Yeah, no, he didn't get it. He tried. Hobby with the kill.
Team's working hard. Toyota trying to survive, playing good defense, having the opportunities to score, have been unable to stop Bob Stvertlik at the net. But here, then again, Tim Hovland transitioning out of the middle. Stetson with the dig, and Stvertlik can't get to it.
Yeah, they have the little ball people over there wiping up the floor, because when Stvertlik sweats and goes down, like it's big trouble. Hovland, athlete of the year at Westchester High School. Baseball, basketball, football. His father always said he would be a great pitcher. A nasty heater. Toyota by 1. Toyota lost the first game to Paul Mitchell. Straight down.
Hogg out on the mound would make the Wild thing look like Little Miss Muffet.
I think Stvertlik, if he's smart, and he is, he'll just hit under Hovland and don't go high. Just try to sizzle his pitch, because that's where Hovland's weak, in the pits.
Mark Jones is trying to go high and over him, and Hovland gets that one.
Exactly.
Perfect pass.
Dodd alone, and he puts it away. Timeout called. Back to the Great Western Forum for more after this. As Team Toyota trying to win game 2 so they can get to that 11-pointer, decide it all. Hovland, lollipop short. Boy, Salmon's been quiet.
That's a nice play.
Fenoy, oh, they run into each other, and that will do it. So Lewis and Fenoy Moana, both quick, both fast, both aggressive, and they both would not give up.
Well, sometimes you make an error by omission, much better than letting the ball drop.
Bill Stetson to put the ball in play. 20 all. Tie game.
Go, baby!
Timmons sucks it. There goes Stvertlik. He can't get there. Stvertlik wants to win, however. He'll mow over everybody over there.
Well, once again, $7,000 to every man on the winning team. $49,000 in total.
And $3,000. Is that correct? Let's check it out. $4,000 per man on the second place team. So essentially $3,000 a man riding on this, plus sponsorship awards. If you come in second, you're not going to get the MVP. Would you say that?
That's usually true.
Yeah. Jones. And Toyota into the net. At this juncture, Paul, who's your MVP for Paul Mitchell?
Stvertlik.
Okay.
No doubt about that right now.
How about
Stetson would be a very close second.
Yes.
It's a controversial net call. These are temporary standards here at the Great Western Forum, and we're playing on a supported floor. Of course, the floor the Lakers play on with the Terraflex laid over. The net vibrates a lot. I don't see anybody into the net there.
Who's your most valuable player on Toyota?
I don't know yet.
Yep. Jones pops it up. Tanner with a rocket start. Timmons. Pretty good bump set.
Going to Timmons all the time here.
Yeah, I think Timmons yelled at Dvorak and said, give it to me. Dodd. Out of bounds. No touch detected. Point, Paul Mitchell.
Paul Mitchell starting to win the rallies here. Winning all the long rallies, either by errors, nets, or otherwise by Toyota, or just making good plays on their own. Again, Alan Knight on Steve Timmons, a lot of low sets. Steve just having to save and pokey the ball up. Dvorak really limited with the number of hitters he's got up there.
Dodd blocked. Timmons will set.
That's too tight.
Real tight. Stetson is there, looking for a point.
That's too low.
Way too low, we both thought. Dodd. And the team in black touched the net. Toyota regains the lead, 23-22. And Dodd will put the ball in play. Toyota has to win this game to go to game 3, or it's over. Timmons was there.
Blocking the ball and into Team Cup rules, Steve Timmons, whether he's in the front court or the back court, can always be up at the net blocking. Does not limit his involvement up there. Alan Knight better cut off a sharper angle.
Popped up, chance for a point, whip it to Timmons, score. That's why he set Timmons, because he can jam with the best of them.
But you do have to get some production from the pins, from the outside, otherwise 2 or 3 blockers will be loaded on Timmons every time.
Dodd with the serve, Toyota by 3. Tanner wrecks it home, good shot, Troy Tanner. 10 ties so far in this game. Playing to 30. Why 30? Mike O'Hara and Jeannie Buss thought it up back in the old days of Team Cup volleyball as Timmons does it again.
Right over the top. Pretty quick set to the right side, and Timmons making do. Dusty Dvorak with a pretty good back set from the bump style.
Timmons looking for the floater.
Tanner starting to have some receiving problems of his own.
Stverlik got it through. I don't know how it got through. Dvorak and Hovland were there, but he hit it low, I think, Paul, through that hole.
Well, you just find places, and when you're a good outside hitter like Bob Stverlik, what he's looking at are the late hands of Mike Dodd. He could see that Mike Dodd was late getting there. His hands were off the net.
Here comes Gary Sato, the oldest man in Team Cup volleyball. He'll set and play defense. He can really motor. Number 11 in black. His brother on the championship team last year. Hovland steps in his there. Stverlik, and Stverlik is killing him. He got Timmons on the outside. Great shot. And Toyota now just leads by 1. 13 kills for CTVRT LIK. Stverlik.
It's a good thing he never got paid by the vowel.
Benoit down the line. Great hit by Eric Benoit Moana. He's a guy that should get paid by the letter. You got to make his shirts bigger. 7 kills for number 17. Toyota now at the freeze point. 27-25. Toyota has to serve to score a point. And Stverlik is blocked. 28-25. Fans want it to go 3, Paul.
So does Toyota, and that means you've got to stop Bob Stverlik. Got blocked once or twice early in the game of game 1, and then has not been stopped until that point.
Nice dig. Beautiful dig by Brian Lewis. Steps in. Knight rejected.
Timmons and Hovland, they've been leading the way in terms of blocking throughout the course of the year for Toyota. Paul Mitchell's got to be wondering about letting this one get away. They were in complete control after slaughtering Toyota in game 1 and then keeping it going early in game 2 until Toyota made their move. Timeout has been called. Tim Hovland and Dusty Dvorak
Does some of his best work in Team Cup volleyball.
blocking. It took about 4 or 5 swings to get to that point, and then knows exactly where it's at. Yeah, coming right at us. Timmons hit in the middle, he hit on the right, he hit on the left, and third one right here.
Chris Marlowe back with Paul Sunderland. Steve Timmons' nickname is Big Red. They should have named him Honeybaked because he was born to be a ham and just roast in that pan. He knows where that camera is all the time.
Well, and he also knows when he better turn it on in order to keep his team in competition. You go back to the Pan American Games, making great plays to win the gold medal there. And then here he had 7 kills, 5 stuff blocks, really led the way for Team Toyota. Back to tie this up when they were playing so crummy after getting slaughtered in game 1, offensively dead even. Look at the blocking for Toyota, 13-5. Defense, they're playing better. Benoit Moana and Brian Lewis doing a good job. Game to 11 points for the championship. You must win by 2. Point will be scored every time the ball is put in play until one team gets to 7 points. Then we will be frozen. You must serve to score for the championship.
Timmons with big numbers. Tonight, 7 blocks. Here we go. Salmons has been quiet. Jones has been quiet. And Jones hits it into the top of the net and down.
Watch the young guys for Paul Mitchell at the very beginning of this match. Alan Knight, Mark Jones. How will they respond to this situation? Steve Sammons.
Sunday. Set him Sunday.
Yeah, got to get him the ball. He's a better player when they're putting the ball down and really into the flow. And Sammons was very effective in terms of percentage early on, just hadn't been getting the ball enough late.
Great set by Bill Stetson, too. He saw no block. 1-1. Back set. Here comes Dodd, and it's off the block out of bounds. If you're thinking who's the more experienced team, you would think Team Toyota. A little more experience, a little more veteran squad as Lewis will serve. Good pass. They'll set Jones. Can he put one away? No, he hits it out of bounds. And Jones has been very erratic and very frustrated right now. He's got to come out of it. 6 kills, 8 errors on the night for Jones.
Remember, Steve Timmons talked about chemistry when he put his team together. They lost earlier in the tournament to the St. Paul Mitchell team, but all that counts is winning the title, and that's what this one's for.
Right off the hands, out of bounds of Dodd. Big play there. Bill Stetson has to decide, who do I set? Jones, who's been erratic, Sammons, who I haven't said very much, or reliable, Troy Tanner. I'll go to Tanner on that one. The receive of Toyota. Hovland. Fair pass. Back set, Dodd. Wow, pretty good hit.
You know, I agree with you, and we talked about it earlier in the match that Hovland's the natural target, but he's been solid. He's been passing the ball, not perfect, but has not been aced in getting the ball up there so Dvorak can run the offense.
Hovland was there.
Doing a pirouette for all to see. Lead Team Cup coming in with 11 stuff blocks, and that is coming into this match. And Stvertlik has hit an awful lot of balls, and now they're starting to slow him down.
Dodd had the dig. Dvorak right to Jones.
Good cover.
Whip it left side. Stvertlik's got to kill it. And he does. Bob Stvertlik. 4-4. It looks like Paul Mitchell is playing kind of lousy, Paul, but they're tied.
They're playing tentative. They came out early in game one. Everybody right on their game, particularly Bob Stvertlik. He really led the way. Sammons, Alan Knight, or combined, have to start blocking some balls.
Now Mark Jones has gone to the bench. And Gary Sato is in. Jones is out, Sato is in when we come back.
People ask why haven't they heard more about ASICS gels.
Is going with 3 up front and 3 behind here. 3 diggers, 3 blockers, different alignment.
And a small front row by today's standards. Alan Knight 6'6". If you stretch it, Steve Sammons 6'3", 6'4".
And a good serve. They serve Hovland. He shanks it over to Fenoy. And he hits it into the net. Now wait a second.
When they kick the ball. No, Bobby, give me a break. Give me a break.
Talking about a replay, a ball on in this situation.
I don't think you call that.
It hit him during the play. No, after he hit the ball. No, before.
Who did it hit?
Oh, there's, yeah, you got to call that. You got to call that.
After he got the ball.
That's a replay. I'm sorry. There's a ball rolling around. It's not a gray area. If there's a ball in the playing surface, it's a replay. No doubt about it. You could see the ball rolling towards Fenoy Moana. An unfortunate mistake, particularly for Paul Mitchell. There's the shank pass.
Just what he does not need at that point.
Hey, the World Cup, Fenoy, the World Cup doesn't come here to Los Angeles for a little while.
June 17th, the actual date. As they go to Stvertlik and Dodd with a dig. Dvorak. Let him play, baby. Left side, Stvertlik. Hovland is there.
Joust coming.
A lot of experienced jousters in this league, and Timmons whacks it out of bounds.
Jesters or jousters?
Jousters.
I guess we got them both. I guess we got them both.
Dvorak saying that was a terrible set. Look at it. That was horrible.
Bunch of crap.
That came out perfect. Don't you think, Paul? It stuck for a moment. Of course, the way Dvorak deep dishes around, he really can't complain.
Yeah, but the ball can never come to a stop. It can't come to a rest, and it doesn't when Dusty touches the ball. Over the top.
Stetson with a dig. Oh, wow. That was heading for pay dirt. Timmons again. Oh, Sato. Out of bounds.
Boy, Timmons looks really good.
Yeah.
Been playing a long time. and recognizing the size of this block by Paul Mitchell and just going right over the top. Stetson playing good defense. You can see Sato, Stetson, and Tanner behind the block. There's the first dig, and Mike Dodd there with a free ball pass.
Was it a good idea for Paul Mitchell to take Jones out, put Sato in, and let him play defense back?
Yeah, I think he was becoming a distraction to the other guys. They were worried about him. You got to get him out, cool him down, and then hopefully bring him back. He's an effective blocker.
The hurt leg, it touched him going out of bounds. And Hovland says, yeah, I stuffed you. Yeah, eat it. Even if he didn't stuff you, yelling like he stuffed you.
Well, Stvertlik didn't argue. Stvertlik has hit a lot of zeros and a lot of negatives the last couple of times he's touched the ball.
Here comes Toyota at 7-4.
Bad choice.
Stetson, they'll go to Tanner. Back set, Knight. Not yet, can't put it away. Set it to Fenoy. Tanner pops it up. Stvertlik, got it! What a shot.
Better lucky than good sometimes. The set from Bill Stetson did not come out the way he wanted it to. It just jacked to the outside, much too low. You can see Stvertlik having a broad jump to the ball, and he just throws it at the block.
Little tap, and Paul Mitchell touched the net. Jones still on the bench. 7-5, Toyota with a lead. Game to 11. Doug. Lewis. Doug. Stvertlik. Stop! Hovland again! Hovland!
Hov has been right there. You better sizzle Hovland's pits. Hovland goes high into the top of the seam with Dusty Dvorak. 3 Trojans there, right on the spot.
Off Hovland, didn't touch him that time. Jones is back in. Or is he going to come back in?
No, he's going to come back in as soon as Gary Sato is in the front court. Mark Jones has played well. One of those question marks. How would he play under this situation? I like the V-neck from Staverty. I think a little bit, a little bit testy.
8-5 is our score. Paul Mitchell needs a block. Great dig. Salmons. And off the hands. The ball went down. Team Toyota has it.
Hey, can't say it enough. Timmons said chemistry, and that's what this comeback has been all about. Brian Lewis ripping the ball down the line. Sato is there. Knight making the good defensive play, and Fenoy just finishing it off.
8-5, game 3. Paul Mitchell won game 1. Toyota game 2. $7,000 a man for first. $4,000 a man for second. And bragging rights in the Forum Club bar afterwards.
And if you look at it, you got to figure the Paul Mitchell guys need the money more. You got Hovland won a bunch of dough. Dodd won a bunch of money. Timmons a millionaire.
Sato got it up. They keep it in play. Dvorak. Hovland, no! 38-year-old Gary Sato running and jumping.
He's made a difference. He's changed the chemistry, changed the emotion. Sato gets to this ball easy, no problem. Well, I don't know where Hov was going. He ran so far past Dusty Dvorak, and Brian Lewis was screaming for the ball on the left side.
Sato with a fabulous play to save a point for Paul Mitchell. Big lineup back in for Mitchell. They need to block one here. Dodd, Dink, Jones tapped it. Lewis. Should be a point for Paul Mitchell right here. Steps in.
Big swing for Jones.
And he gets it. Jonesy off the bench.
That might get him started. He's been very quiet. Eric Sato's talking to him. Just go for it, block a ball.
Doesn't want to say too much yet, because if you get stuffed, then you really feel bad.
Well, right now, all Paul Mitchell's got to focus on is blocking a ball. They got Hovland and Dodd hitting quick in combination on the right side, and then Brian Lewis on the left. Dvorak might try to cross things up, go to the small guy, Brian Lewis, on the left side.
Tight.
There it is.
Louis coming. Blocked him. On top of him was Troy Tanner.
Paul Mitchell within one.
And the Paul Mitchell fans shout about it. Timeout Toyota. Back in 1986.
Team Cup volleyball,
And
that's
you
right.
coached. What was the name of that squad?
I don't remember.
It was a forgettable unit. Dodd blocked. They whip it over to Louis. And the block by Knight. We are tied up at 8.
The outside hitters for Team Toyota. Who's going to decide it? Look at Salmons and Knight. Outside middle, respectively, for Paul Mitchell.
Paul Mitchell trying to take the lead right here. Dvorak. Tim. Oh, thunder down the line.
He can still play, especially when it's deciding time. Oh, look out.
Yes. Timmons putting up the numbers. Now Lewis trying to get his team to 9. Knight blocked. Stverlik was there. Jones. And he hits it out of bounds. 9-8 Toyota back in front.
Wet spot. Paul Mitchell trying to buy some time. Out of timeouts. Timmons with the kill. Soft block. Mark Jones hitting the ball down the line into the antenna. And we are 2 points away from the championship.
Lewis will serve. His team ahead by 1. Ace for Brian Lewis. Wow. Right on the line. Big time serve. Now it is championship point. Lewis shaking that baby. Looking for the stuff is the front line. Timmons, Hovland, and Dodd. That is just out.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I was out. Out by a mile. Out. I saw it. It was out.
That's why I'm questioning, is it because you're so sure?
This is out.
You can't tell from this angle ever. Yeah, it's out. It's out. You're right. By a mile. Right.
It was out by at least a foot, a rabbit's foot. Paul Mitchell trying to tie it up. It's a win by 2. Paul Mitchell needs to get 2 quick ones here. Here comes one right now. No! Timmons!
The Sky Jam left-handed. The players with the experience who've been there before find a way to get it done.
Second chance now for the championship. Timmons trying to win championship number 7 out of 8. Left side, Stverlik. Got it. Oh, Stverlik is so tough.
Pretty good set with the paddles out there by Bill Stetson, and a good no call by Bobby Clark, staying out of it.
And Stverlik saying, let's go, come on, give me a block. Got to get the intensity meter on Stverlik.
Get with the program, would you?
He doesn't have to go out in the sun to get red, let me tell you. Here comes Gary Sato is in. So interestingly, they take Jones out. Sato is going to play defense. Jones could have been up there blocking, Paul. Any number of players can block. Oh, man. Just looking for a little redemption is Mark Jones, if possible. Gary Sato trying to get him closer.
The hitters here are Timmons, watch Dvorak on the dump, and then you got Fenoy Moana outside. Going to Timmons.
Steps in with a dig. Could be a point here.
Big swing.
Stverlik. Not yet. Timmons off speed. Stetson in position. They'll go to Stverlik. 3 on him.
Maybe one too many times.
And it's still going. Knight. Salmons. Hook shot. Score!
Each setter going to their superstar. Timmons again and again and again didn't find one that he liked out to the outside to Stvertlik, but it's Salmons that finishes the point.
Paul Mitchell trailing by 1 in a game to 11, trying to tie it up here. Timmons.
That's too high for him.
Oh, and Sato missed it. Stetson was there for a moment. He let it go, and it went off Sato out of bounds.
The rhythm for the set is all wrong, and instead of Timmons hitting the ball out of bounds or getting blocked, he just hangs and hits high hands.
Third championship point for Group Timmons. Hovland and Dodd at the net.
Salmons, quick out of the middle, will be available.
This could be it right here. Salmons. They'll get a set for it. Dvorak jamming.
That's trouble.
And that's it. Toyota wins it. Timmons again. His 7th championship in 8 years.
Thank you! Yes! Oh! Hey! Yes,
Paul Mitchell could not get it done. And the Bruce brothers from Toyota tearing it up here at the Great Western Forum. We'll be back.
Hey, Bob.